Hey guys, I'm Jax, and this is my spoiler review slash breakdown for Servant Season 4, Episode 2. This episode was titled Itch, and just like Episode 1 was titled Pigeon, and we got a whole lot of pigeons, this episode we got a whole lot of itching, and it was not at all frustrating and annoying and didn't make me, break out in hives or anything. No, it totally did. I hated it. It was super upsetting. Am I the only one that just saw Dorothy sitting there wriggling and writhing about, just itching, and you just started going like... So this week, Leanne ups her voodoo, supernatural, witchcraft, spooky, wooky, magic, whatever powers, and she goes from pigeon assault army fighter pigeon thingies or whatever, attack pigeons, and now she's got bed bugs, which I can't be the only one that thinks that's way worse, way grosser, way just more upsetting, and way just like, you've gone way too far, Leanne. Like, there are so many different weird magical things you could do to kind of like, wreak havoc in the neighborhood and get all the potential cult members that are staying in houses and hiding out or doing whatever, and kind of just, putting the neighborhood and the block into chaos and anarchy. Then bedbugs. Do you have to do bedbugs, Leanne? Like, what the hell, Leanne? What I'm really trying to say is, it's just super gross. So this episode, Dorothy gets the full misery treatment, and it's pretty awful. Leanne goes full Kathy Bates straight out of the gate, and it's really upsetting. Just the way they position her and frame her just kind of demeanor, it's really upsetting. There's so many moments where I'm like, she's being so awful and so kind of like a tormentor, like a torturer, like in these really perverse, subtle, gross ways. Obviously, the big one is the baby situation where she's like, hey, look, it's Jericho, the only thing you care about in the world. You want to touch him? Eat your bloody toast, mate. And she's like, eats a bite, and she's like, another bite, Dorothy, another bite. But she's doing it in like, the least Jax way possible, where she's just like, another bite, Dorothy. And it's just so upsetting, and I was really confused by it all, because I'm like, doesn't she want Dorothy to like her? Does she not? Because there's a moment where she goes down to Toby and has a big cry, and she's like, oh, Toby, she doesn't love me, and it's like, what do you mean? Of course she doesn't love you. Are you even aware of how you're presenting yourself to Dorothy right now? Like, after everything that happened in season 3, and with what Dorothy presumed happened with the falling down the staircase and almost dying and, breaking her back and all the things, why do you think treating her like this and holding the baby out like some kind of trophy to win if you eat enough toast? Like, there's so much psycho stuff going on. Not to mention the worst thing you could possibly do to someone when they're lying down in bed, which is take the only two things that make being stuck in bed bearable, your phone and TV. When she took them away, I've been on the fence. Do I like Leanne? Do I hate Leanne? Do I like Leanne? Do I hate Leanne? When she did that to Dorothy, phone, I'm like, thin ice, Leanne. I might never forgive you for this. Then she turned the TV off. I'm like, I'm done. Leanne is evil. And then Dorothy later is like, you're evil. I'm like, I know. She turned the TV off. That's just, I was going to say rude, but it's beyond rude. It's evil. What would you even do without TV and a phone lying in bed? I cannot even, what she expected her to read a book? My God, that is literally hell on earth for me. I cannot fathom someone doing something more horrific to me ever. Like that, it upset me to my core. Also, the baby teasing with the toast situation. That was bad too, I guess. This episode was one of the first times, though, that we have had Leanne just like confront Dorothy and be like, oh, you think I'm evil? Well, guess what? Everyone thinks I'm super weird and creepy, and they wouldn't even come into this room, even if you were screaming and shouting, because I'm scary. Except obviously doing it in a, non-Jax way, waving her arms. She just does that in that horrifying Leanne way, where she's just like, I'm the most spooky, beautiful little woman in the world. And you're like, stop! I hate Leanne so much, but I am so captivated by the character. The performance is just, it's exceptional, but she makes my skin crawl almost as much as the bedbugs make my skin crawl, which I guess was like one of the points of the episode, to have her have this like infestation throughout everything, the way she's kind of infested the family. Maybe metaphors, symbolism, something filmmaking or whatever. So Leanne uncharacteristically shows her cards and is all like, hey, yeah, I'm spooky and evil, and your brother and your husband, they think I'm scary, and she, does a whole thingy, and it's terrifying. But then Dorothy enlists the help of everybody's favorite character, and maybe the only character that brings any joy in this show at all, Courtney with a K. I love Courtney with a K. She's so much fun, and even in those tiny little brief interactions we get, she's delightful and hilarious and amazing. I just love that performance. She's doing such a great job with such a silly little character that brings such levity to such a horribly, densely serious, disgustingly gross, just horrible situation that we are in right now with Servant. And it was really nice to see her have some kind of agency and to be part of like the plot and to help Dorothy get out of this horrible situation and helping her get the two live-in nurses that kind of come as like knights in shining armor at the end of the episode. Also, right at the end, like Leanne with the knife and the two like nurses just staring her off. It's like, I don't think these nurses realize how serious of a situation they are in and the fact that they are 100% going to die before the season is out. Rest in peace, live-in nurses. So we get a deeply upsetting and personal scene where Leanne, holds the piss cup thingy and Dorothy pisses and then she smacks her pee into her face, and I'm like on Dorothy's side. But that's a step too far. Leanne turning like the TV off, taking the phone, 75 steps too far. But the piss, it's just, that's a different kind of like step too far. I don't know. Like if a scene like that happens and I'm suddenly like, I don't know if I like anybody. I don't know. I felt so in like a lack of words, and then like I just felt so confused. I'm like, I hate everybody right now. This is just, the show has gotten so upsetting. It's always been, clearly, because of the whole Jericho situation, always deeply upsetting. But that scene, I'm just like, oh God, this is episode 2! Where are we going from here? We get a brief cameo of creepy old, what's his name? Uncle George, and he's all like, and the rain is falling, and he's all spooked out by the, mass bed bug situation, and he screamed some things I could not understand what he said. I was going to go back with subtitles, but I'm like, I kind of like just not hearing what he said. It's spookier and creepier, and I don't know, it felt more like a tease with like, remember him? He's going to cause some trouble or something or whatever. I mean, at this point, Leanne's magical, supernatural, voodoo, whatever the hell, witch powers have become so insane and so just anything at this point. She can command pigeons like she's directing Birdemic. She can summon bedbugs into the whole block like she's referenced to some kind of character that can control bugs. She can do anything at this point. What can Uncle George do except for just be like gross and hobble around on a rainy street and be like, can you smell the rot? Can you smell the rot? Yeah, I can. Well, what are you going to do about it, Uncle George? Overall, a very itchy episode that it just made me really itchy. I feel like I'm just going to be like keeping like seeing like bed bugs in the corner of my eye for like the rest of the week, which is, deeply upsetting, and just, I'm going to be doing so much vacuuming and just like cleaning and wiping and just like looking at my bed and like lifting out the bed and being like, no, it's clean right now. And then waking up in the middle of the night and just checking my bed again and I'm like, still clean, but I don't feel any better inside, so thank you, Servant, for that. But also thank you for another wondrous episode, and by wondrous, I mean upsetting, terrifying, and just, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment below. I would love to know everyone's theories and thoughts and speculation on what's to come in this final season and how it's going to be resolved, and what do you think is going on